Good morning and thank you for joining us today. It's a privilege to speak to you about the role of BOI in shaping the country's investment landscape. So before starting, let me explain the difference between FDI and the portfolio investment. FDI refers to a long-term investment where a foreign investor has a lasting interest in acquiring assets in a host economy. For example, he may invest in acquiring a factory or an office. On the other hand, portfolio investment has a short-term interest. It involves buying financial assets, for example, shares or bonds in another country. So both are important, but FDI has a deeper and more lasting impact on the country in terms of generation of employment, export earnings, generation of employment and export earnings. So let me explain the role of BOI in this regard. BOI is the apex agency that promotes investment into the country. If I am to explain the scope of the operations of BOI, it has over 1,500 companies operating under section 17 of the BOI law, for which we give concessions. This includes high-tech IT industries such as Virtusa, telecom industries such as Dialog, and high value added manufacturing industries such as Michelin, apparel industries such as Brandex or Mars. When considered the Columbus skyline, all these high-rising buildings are BOI approved projects. For example, Shangri-La, ITC and Cinnamon Life. Even Colombo Port City Development is a BOI approved project. These enterprises covers around 60% of the export earnings of the country when we consider it as the national export. But in terms of the industrial exports, it's high as 73% of the exports generated through BOI approved projects. Our enterprises generate employment around 500,000 for 500,000 employment opportunities and contributing to 8 billion of exports. We have 17 zones around the country that facilitates 280 BOI enterprises, and we also have 2 more developing zones in Suryaweva and Karagala. Being in line with the government policy, we are developing 5 more zones, 3 in northern area, 1 in northwestern, 1 in eastern province. In addition, we have 2 technoparks developing in Kurunegala and Galle. Each of these new zones will focus on priority sectors and vital for sustainable and modern economic transformation of Sri Lanka. This includes renewable energy, pharmaceutical, textile, tourism as well as high-end manufacturing. In terms of the BOI role in the national economy, our role is making Sri Lanka a smooth and transparent environment for investment projects. In this process, let me explain the role of investment promotion department in this regard. When we take an investor coming into BOI, he has to go through several departments within the BOI. For example, investment promotion department, and then project will go to the investment appraisal department for evaluation with the support of the engineering approval for the site clearance, environment management for the environment approvals, and then the project will go for the legal department for clearance of a legal agreement. And once the investor signs the agreement with BOI, then the project will go to the project implementation department, where the project is facilitated by the officers in the project implementation department during the construction period. And once the project is in commercial operation, it will go to the monitoring department, and then investor services department also plays a vital role in facilitating the investment project. So, throughout the lifespan of the investment project, these departments ensure that the investment is facilitated well. In terms of investment facilitation, once an investor comes to the BOI, the first point of contact is Investment Promotion Department. So, walk-in investors are encouraged to meet the investment promotion officers at Investment Facilitation Center located at the 27th floor of the BOI. And if the investor is not a walk-in investor, he also can submit his application via BOI Gateway, which is an online application submission system. And also we have several digital platforms which facilitate investors. For example, visa submission as well as import-export documentation are available online submission. We are offering investors several incentives such as custom duty exemptions, enhanced capital allowance and import duty exemptions for export-oriented projects. We also facilitate residence visa recommendation for foreign expatriates as well as foreign investors. So, looking ahead, our focus remains on priority sectors that will drive the next wave of foreign direct investment. It could be manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, renewable energy, ITC, logistics, hospitality and value-added agriculture. Sri Lanka is not just opening its doors to investment, it is building a future of sustainable growth and innovation. BOI remains committed being trusted partner for the investors in Sri Lanka. Our aim is to make Sri Lanka the most preferred investment destination in the Asian region.